Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the game Trekking Through History. This is kind of a time travel game, one of my favorite mechanisms in fiction and games, and this game touches upon it in a light, gateway, accessible way. Time travel. So one of the ways, you can't even actually see in this photo, I don't want to forget it, but the core mechanism that you do in the game is you select a card from this card row, and when you do, you pay a time cost listed on that card. That time cost is represented on a big clock in the game, and it is only your turn in the game if your token is the furthest behind than all other players. Kind of like in Tokaido, if you've played that, where it is your turn if you are the furthest behind. And then you spend, say, 3 time to move up. You pay 3 time to move up on that clock, and then you wait until it's your turn again. It isn't always clockwise around the table, just depends on the order of those tokens. Thought that works well for a time travel game. The other element of time travel, 2 different elements here, is that you have these time passports. And the core decision of the game is balancing which tokens that you get to place on your time passport to score points, completing rows and columns, things like that, versus streaks of chronologically sequential cards that you're getting that add up to more and more points. This is one of the things that I focused on in the game. It's pretty hard to do, but and I didn't do so well at it, but I still had fun going after it. These decision points complement but also conflict with each other at times, because you might have a card out here. Say I'm in the 1500s and I need to move forward in time. So I'm looking for another card later in the 1500s or maybe the 1600s. Say there's a card out there with the 1600s. I can claim that card. I can pay the time cost and put that card in my timeline, which is great for scoring points from adding cards to my timeline. That's great. I also get some tokens from that card. I get some, you can't really see it in the fuzzy photo here, but on each card are printed a few icons. I get the tokens representing those icons, get to place on my passport. And also, each card in this card river is paired with a specific token. So you always get that token when you choose, say, like the card in this slot, you always get a yellow token along with it. So I'm choosing, do I want the card for the timeline, or do I want the card for the tokens, because I need these specific tokens at this specific time to complete a row or complete a column and get extra points or get a time crystal. And sometimes the two work together well. That's when the game feels really, really good, when you get a card that works for your timeline and the tokens work for your time passport. But sometimes they're in conflict with one another. You have to choose between the two of them. And I really like that choice. I think it's a really nice choice for a game that's so easy to learn and play, along with that time trap mechanism. So yeah, that's my favorite mechanism in the game, especially this idea of streaks, the streak of chronological events that you're trying to hit along the way as you move forward in history, as it conflicts with the decision you make about which resources that you want to add to your time passport. If you played any of the trekking games, I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. I haven't played the other trekking through the national parks, trekking across the U.S., I think is another one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or if you played this game, or if you played another game involving time travel and things like this, where the order of operations really matters as you move through time. Let me know your thoughts about them in the comments below as well. Thanks.